Close your eyes and imagine. You're standing in the middle of a vast desert, with nothing but the sky and the earth. And suddenly the ground beneath your feet turns into a giant mirror, reflecting the clouds so much that you can't tell which is up and which is down. Elsewhere, you step into the heart of a cave, but instead of being dark and damp, the ceiling glows with millions of mysterious blue lights, as if you've just entered an underground galaxy. And then, a lake of pink water that looks like it's been dyed with flower petals. But in fact, that's the color of nature. Not an effect, not Photoshop, not imagination. Our Earth has places so strange that you won't believe they actually exist. These places aren't in big cities, nor are they popular tourist destinations. They are hidden in desolate deserts, remote mountain ranges, unexplored lands, where time seems to stand still, and the laws of physics sometimes don't apply anymore. You will see hills that look like they are made of chocolate. You will see hot springs that radiate a sparkling rainbow. You will see an alien paradise, but right here on Earth. Today, we will embark on a special journey. Not to find five-star hotels, not to eat luxury food, but to open your eyes and let your heart flutter before the primitive, surreal, majestic beauty of our planet. We have carefully selected 20 locations. Each one is a miracle of nature, a proof that the Earth still has countless mysteries to discover. These are the places that make explorers exclaim, make photographers marvel, and make millions of tourists speechless when they first set foot on them. From the giant crystal caves underground in Mexico to the mysterious Red Sea of China, from the aurora dancing in the Arctic sky to the vertical rock valleys like in science fiction, each destination is a door that opens to another world, a world you only thought you could see in your dreams. No business class ticket, no passport. All you need is a few minutes, an open mind, and a heart ready to be amazed by the supernatural beauty. Put on your headphones, look closely at each frame, and prepare for a trip that will change the way you see the world. Because after this video, you will realize that you don't need to look up at the stars to find magic. Just look down on Earth, and you will see a surreal universe waiting for you. Welcome to the 20 most surreal wonders of the Earth. The journey begins now. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat, is a breathtaking destination that transforms into a giant mirror during the rainy season. This natural wonder stretches endlessly, creating a surreal illusion where the sky meets the earth. As you walk across this reflective masterpiece, clouds surround you both above and below, making it feel like you're strolling between two worlds. It's a dreamlike experience that captures the essence of nature's magic and leaves every traveler in awe. Lake Natron, Tanzania. Lake Natron is a place where death transforms into art. Known for its eerie blood-red waters caused by high levels of salt and algae, this lake is as fascinating as it is haunting. Its highly alkaline nature preserves animals that come into contact with it, turning them into stone-like sculptures. This surreal phenomenon makes Lake Natron both a chilling and mesmerizing destination, where nature's beauty and mystery collide in the most unexpected way. Aurora Borealis, Northern Europe. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, is a celestial phenomenon that defies description. Dancing ribbons of green, pink, and purple light illuminate the night sky, creating a breathtaking natural spectacle. Seen in places like Northern Europe, Iceland, and Alaska, this mysterious gift from the universe is caused by charged particles colliding with Earth's atmosphere. Watching the aurora feels like witnessing a cosmic dance, a silent yet powerful reminder of the beauty and wonder that exists beyond our world. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that words can hardly capture. Valle de la Luna, Chile. Valle de la Luna, or Valley of the Moon, is a surreal desert landscape in Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth. With no rain, no vegetation, and no signs of life, this barren valley is shaped entirely by wind and stone. Its rugged terrain, with towering sand dunes and jagged rock formations, resembles the surface of the moon. As you stand amidst this otherworldly scenery, it's hard to believe you're still on Earth. It's a place where nature's raw beauty takes center stage. Lake Hillier, Australia. Lake Hillier, located on Middle Island in Australia, is a natural wonder famous for its vibrant strawberry pink waters. This striking color, resembling candy, is caused by microorganisms like Dunaliella salina and halophilic bacteria thriving in the lake's salty environment. What's most fascinating? The water retains its pink hue even when removed from the lake. Surrounded by lush greenery and a deep blue ocean, Lake Hillier is a breathtaking contrast of colors and a truly unique destination for curious travelers. Chocolate Hills, Philippines. The Chocolate Hills in Bohol, Philippines, are a natural wonder that looks like something out of a fairy tale. Spread across the landscape are over 1,200 perfectly cone-shaped hills, which turn a rich chocolate brown color during the dry season, resembling giant mounds of cocoa. These unique formations are made of limestone covered with grass, which dries out and browns under the sun. The sight of these hills stretching endlessly across the horizon is both mesmerizing and magical, a sweet masterpiece crafted by nature itself. Tulip Fields, Netherlands. The tulip fields of the Netherlands are a breathtaking spectacle that feels like stepping into a living paradise. Stretching endlessly across the countryside, these vibrant rows of flowers create a rainbow of colors, from soft pastels to bold reds, yellows, and purples. Every spring, the fields come alive, attracting visitors from around the world to witness this floral masterpiece. Walking among the tulips, with their delicate fragrance and dazzling hues, is an unforgettable experience that feels like a glimpse of heaven on earth. Socotra Island, Yemen. Socotra Island, often called the most alien-looking place on Earth, is a treasure trove of biodiversity. This remote island is home to plants and trees found nowhere else in the world, including the iconic dragon's blood tree, with its umbrella-like shape and crimson sap. The island's surreal landscape, dotted with these otherworldly trees and unique flora, gives the feeling of stepping onto an ancient, untouched planet. With its pristine beaches, rugged mountains, and bizarre vegetation, Socotra is a destination that feels like a portal to another world. Lençóis Maranhenses, Brazil. Lençóis Maranhenses National Park in Brazil is a mesmerizing paradox of nature, a desert filled with water. During the rainy season, the vast white sand dunes are transformed into a surreal landscape as crystal-clear lagoons form between them. These temporary pools, surrounded by pristine dunes, create a stunning contrast of arid and aquatic beauty. Walking through this unique destination feels like stepping into a dream where life emerges in the most unexpected places. It's a breathtaking blend of stark desert and vibrant vitality that must be seen to be believed. Crystal Cave, Mexico. The Crystal Cave of Nika in Mexico is a true wonder of the natural world. Hidden deep underground, this surreal cave is home to massive selenite crystals, some towering over 12 meters, 39 feet, tall. These shimmering, mirror-like formations look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they are entirely real. The extreme heat and humidity inside the cave make it challenging to explore, but the sight of these colossal crystals is nothing short of breathtaking. It's a glimpse into a magical, otherworldly realm beneath our feet. Waitomo Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. Beneath the Earth's surface lies a magical world where millions of tiny glowing creatures create a miniature galaxy of stars. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves in New Zealand are home to the Arachnocampa luminosa, a species of glowworms found only in this region. As you drift silently through the caves on a boat, the sparkling blue-green lights above form a breathtaking, celestial display. It's a surreal and enchanting experience that feels like stepping into a world of pure wonder and magic. Pamukkale, Turkey. Pamukkale, meaning cotton castle in Turkish, is a natural wonder that looks like a snowy fairy tale. This stunning destination features dazzling white terraces formed by calcium-rich thermal waters flowing down the cliffs over millennia. Each terrace holds turquoise pools of mineral-rich water, creating a breathtaking contrast of white and blue. Visitors can walk barefoot along the terraces, soaking in the warm waters believed to have healing properties. Pamukkale is not just a feast for the eyes, but also a sanctuary for relaxation and rejuvenation, a true gem of Turkey. Antelope Canyon, USA. Antelope Canyon in Arizona is a masterpiece of nature, carved by water and wind over thousands of years. This slot canyon is famous for its fiery red and orange walls, which seem to glow as sunlight streams through the narrow crevices above. The interplay of light and shadow creates ever-changing patterns, making every step feel like walking through a living piece of art. Photographers and travelers alike are captivated by its surreal beauty, where time and light have sculpted a breathtaking wonder of the natural world. Grand Prismatic Spring, USA. The Grand Prismatic Spring in Yellowstone National Park is the largest hot spring in the United States and a true marvel of nature. Its vibrant rainbow-like colors, ranging from fiery orange and yellow to deep blue, are caused by heat-loving bacteria thriving in the extreme temperatures around the spring. The brilliant hues and the steaming waters make it a surreal and otherworldly sight. This living masterpiece is not only a geological wonder, but also a reminder of the incredible adaptability of life in the harshest conditions. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. The Danakil Depression, often called Hell on Earth, is one of the hottest and most extreme places on the planet. With temperatures soaring above 50 degrees Celsius, this otherworldly landscape is filled with toxic sulfur pools, neon-colored mineral deposits, and steaming geysers. Despite its harshness, the vibrant hues of yellow, orange, and green create a hauntingly beautiful scene. It's a place of raw, untamed nature where danger and beauty coexist, offering a glimpse into one of Earth's most alien-like environments. Frozen Lake Baikal, Russia. During winter, Lake Baikal transforms into a giant sheet of crystal-clear ice, offering a surreal and magical experience. Known as the world's deepest and oldest freshwater lake, its frozen surface resembles a massive glass canvas, etched with dramatic cracks that look like lightning bolts frozen in time. Beneath the ice, shades of turquoise and emerald add to its enchanting beauty. Walking or skating on this natural wonder feels like stepping into a timeless, frozen world where nature's artistry is on full display. Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Darvaza Gas Crater, also known as Door to Hell, is located in Turkmenistan. This gas crater was formed in 1971 when Soviet geologists drilling for natural gas accidentally collapsed an underground cave filled with methane. To prevent the release of toxic gas, they decided to set it on fire, thinking that the fire would go out after a few days. However, the fire has been burning continuously for more than 50 years. The crater is about 70 meters in diameter and 20 to 30 meters deep. Today, it is an exotic and attractive tourist destination for adventurous travelers. Wulingyuan, China. Wulingyuan Scenic Area in Zhangjiajie, China, is a breathtaking landscape of towering sandstone pillars that seem to pierce the sky. These ancient stone formations, shrouded in mist, create an otherworldly atmosphere, resembling a forest of rock giants frozen in time. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is famously known as the inspiration for the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. Walking through this surreal terrain feels like stepping into a mythical world, where nature's artistry leaves visitors in awe of its timeless beauty. Vatnajökull Ice Caves, Iceland. The Vatnajökull Ice Caves in Iceland are a mesmerizing wonder, where shimmering blue ice glows like crystal. These natural caves, formed within Europe's largest glacier, offer an otherworldly experience as you walk through tunnels of translucent ice that seem to glow from within. The vibrant shades of blue, created by centuries of compressed ice, make it feel like stepping into the realm of a frost goddess. Every corner of these caves is a masterpiece of nature, a frozen dream that leaves visitors in awe of its ethereal beauty. Fly Geyser, Nevada, USA. Fly Geyser is a fascinating blend of nature and human intervention. Originally the result of a geothermal test gone awry, this geyser has evolved into a vibrant spectacle. The mineral deposits from the geothermally heated water have created a series of terraces with hues of red, green, and yellow, making it look like something from another planet. Its vivid colors and dynamic formations offer a unique and otherworldly experience for those lucky enough to witness it. You have just traveled through 20 of the most surreal places on the planet. You may have heard of some places, but when you see them with your own eyes, all the limits of your imagination are broken. The Earth, the greatest wonder. If you love nature and want to discover more magical landscapes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share to spread this wonderful beauty. Do you want me to make the next episode about the most dangerous places or forgotten wonders? Comment below.